Hello again, and welcome back to Granny Dorothy Visits. Today's topic is Choose to Live Life Without Regret. And the first reading from Wayne Dyer's Everyday Wisdom. Willingness to forgive yourself is the necessary step to being in harmony with all the universal principles. And the next reading from Julia Cameron's Blessings. The quote at the top of the page is from Susan Baker. We are part of the vast continuum of existence that includes all things conscious, unconscious, inert, physical, mental, emotional, known and unknown, imaginable and unimaginable. And the title is, The Seasons of My Heart Have Purpose and Meaning. I bless my connection to all that is. In times of doubt and despair, I turn my attention to the natural world, recognizing that all things have seasons of growth and birth, seasons of decay and gestation. I allow myself to experience the cyclicity in my own life. Where I experience loss, I anticipate future growth. Where I experience emptiness, I anticipate an inflow of the new. Where I experience doubt and dismay, I welcome a resurgence of faith and conviction. I allow my life to be tidal. I allow my life to fill and empty according to a plan higher than I might naturally perceive. Out of my periods of drought and desolation, I affirm that new growth occurs, funded in deeper strength due to my times of testing and difficulty. It is all for the good, I remind myself. There is a purpose and a point to all I undergo. My pain engenders in me a compassionate heart toward the pain of others. When I suffer, I remind myself that my suffering carries a gift within its hardship, a goal within its trial. Choosing to recognize the powerful good within my adversity, I bless all seasons of my life for their wealth and value. And the last reading from Dr. Gladys McGarey in The Well-Lived Life. There are things I used to think were right that I now think are wrong. It's true, no matter how strong you are in your convictions today, if you live more than 100 years, I'm sure there are ideas and opinions you hold now that you too will come to disagree with. One of the things I've really struggled with relates to my career. It affected hundreds of women and children who were in my care during some of the most vulnerable moments in their lives. Back when I was trained to deliver babies, the common understanding was that women should be put into what was called a twilight sleep to avoid the pain of labor. Then, because the woman was unable to push, the doctor would extract the baby with forceps. I gave birth to my first 2 children that way. I delivered many others with forceps myself, and I even was pretty good at it. I did it because I was taught that that way of doing things was an absolute godsend after centuries of women going through the excruciating pain of giving birth. At the time, it seemed like a compassionate, woman-centered view. I now see it as a brutal way to welcome a baby into the world, one that is largely unnecessary. Today, although I support women who want pain medication during birth, I think it's just plain wrong to tell women that they can't do it on their own. I recognize the power and importance of going through the birthing process And whether women end up having a high intervention birth or not, I would never suggest that they should be drugged reflexively. I also think it's traumatic to a baby to be pulled out by the head. Looking back, I suppose I could blame myself for the births I attended this way. I could blame myself for the way I gave birth to my first 2 children, too. It wasn't the way I chose to give birth to the children who were born after. This extends to far more than birthing. I could blame myself for the foods I fed my children when I thought they were healthy, the opinions I formed that I now find shocking, or the things I said that I would love to take back. But I could also just say, Kuch Parwane, and know that after I received different information, I behaved differently. I mostly did the best I could with what I had at the time I made the choices. I made with love, and I choose to live without regret. Everyone faces regret. The question is, how long should we hold on to it? Really good advice as usual. Living with regrets doesn't solve anything. It doesn't change the past. We have to go on and we have to live a loving life, being kind and loving to everyone, and holding on regrets and feeling bad within ourselves. We're not going to be able to do that. So let go, Kuch Parwane, of things that are bothering you, and just enjoy each day and spread your love to everyone. And I send you my love. Mwah! Until next Monday, bye for now.